Future of money. What is this guy saying? Does money have a future? Does it change? Yes, it does. In this video, I'll show you how money has changed, and quickly I will tell you what is expected of the future and how money is going to evolve. Welcome to TopEvt. This is me, Jamie, and in this video, we are going to go all about future of money. This was something that I was studying for the past few days, and this is something that interested me, and I wanted to share this with all my viewers and all the people. So, what is money? In the past times, when you needed to trade something, you had to either it was barter system wherein you're trading thing for thing. So one thing that I have, I'm going to trade with another person. So milk for eggs or any other thing like that. But the problem is, what if the other person doesn't want what I'm going to trade with him? This got us to stage two, where we started to introduce precious metals to our trade. So, precious metals was used as a mediatory form in our trade, and since it had an equal value, or precious metals had an inherent value, we started using them for trading different things. But there were some problems in this. One being, precious metals were really hard to protect. If anyone loots you, that's going to be very hard. And plus, they had certain weight. So a gold coin has weight, silver coins have weight, and similar, and so on. Hence, we started moving towards currency. Currency was, at first, it was a receipt for the gold that you have, and later on it started to be backed by a government, and that's how currency got into place. Once we had this move, this is the analog stage of money. So any currency we had till this stage is physical, and that is why we call it analog. It was either currency, it could be gold, it could be rocks, for all that matters. But whatever it was in a physical form. There are places in East Asia where they used to trade with large rocks, precious rocks, but large rocks. So money at the end of the day is something that everyone agrees has an inherent value. So the only reason your note that you have in the pocket has a value is because everyone agrees on the value. So if you have $1, we know that everyone agrees it's $1 and it has some value. That's how currency gets its value. This brings us to the digital age. Today, all the money that you have right now is in your bank. Most probably, all the money that you have stored is in digital form. It's not even in physical money. It's just ones and zeros that are in a computer. Your salary getting deposited, that's just ones and zeros getting deposited into your bank account. So, this is the digital stage. This is the stage we are at right now. But there is still banks and the mediatory organizations, that is Visa, MasterCard, all these people are there in between. So the transaction, there is also a charge for transaction, and there is a limitation to where my money can reach. Now, I'll give you an example. If I wanted to trade with someone from the United States, or I wanted to trade or set up a business deal with someone from another place from where I am right now, that is going to be really difficult because I have to put my money from here till there, and this is the border crossing of money is always expensive. I can give money if someone was standing here right now, I can give X amount of money to that person and that's directly transferred. Similarly, I can transfer it from account to account. But transferring it across long distances, it's really expensive. And that is the limitation we have right now because of these mediatory agencies. Every country has its own bank, every place has its own border set. So certain places you can't trade with it. All these things are limitations, but we live in a world where limitations are always broken. This brings us to the future of money. Right now, there are new currencies or new forms of transactions developing right now in the world, and a good example of them are Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. So all of these currencies, Bitcoin doesn't have an inherent value and it is prone to market fluctuations. But because everyone agrees that there is a value for Bitcoin, it is working. So cryptocurrencies don't require any mediatory form. So there is no Visa, there is no MasterCard, no banks in between. You are directly transferring it to anyone, and there is no limitation to it right now. So that's the base of this new age money. The future of money is something that will actually get money across borders, across the oceans, across anyone. You could trade with any person on the planet in an instant, so fast that it doesn't take any time. In a normal transaction in your bank, it takes a day, it could take an hour. At the bare minimum, it will take 15 minutes. But in this transaction, it's microseconds. That's the future of money. In future, you are going to have some form of currency that doesn't have any mediatory form to avoid this problem of time. We need our trade to be faster and faster to develop our human race. That is how it has been from the past, and that is how it's going to innovate. The next form of currency is going to travel across. So Bitcoin is a good example. I can trade a Bitcoin with someone sitting in Antarctica right now, and it will be done in matter of milliseconds. I'm not saying that Bitcoin is the future, but this is a start. The future of currency would be something that doesn't have any borders and will be something that is so innovative that it doesn't take any time. So I will end this video with a question. How much time do you think it will take for all these mediatory organizations like banks and all the other organizations in between the transaction or the trade to be eliminated? How much time would it take? Would it take 5 years, 10 years, or would it be a long time? This is the question for today. If you have any comments or suggestions, leave them in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe. This has been Jamie for TopEvt. I'll see you in the next video.